Yesterday we have covered the minor losses in pipe flow. So these are all minor head losses or minor energy losses, and which occur due to the local disturbances or local changes in flow velocity. Whereas the major energy loss is attributed to loss of head due to friction. Major energy loss means energy loss or head loss due to friction in pipe flow. And we have discussed one numerical problem also, even though we didn't complete the final answer. I mean, I didn't get the final answer from you. So I gave you the equation, and you have to, what you have to do is, so just substitute one velocity expression for one velocity in terms of the other, and then find out that this is the equation in which you have to substitute. It's not a tedious job. Once you got the equation, it's very simple, and you have to substitute the length and diameter of each of the two pipes under consideration. And anybody has done it? Can you please give me that answer? The discharge is discharge
0.107.
Okay, let me write that 0.1077. In fact, this was included in the assignment 2, one of the questions, an important one from subject point of view. Okay, now we'll consider this one, hydraulic power transmission through pipes, or fluid power transmission through pipes actually. So we can do that. You can transfer power through fluids. So say, just for example, hydroelectric power stations. So when you have the water stored in dams and they are made to flow through large pipes called penstocks. So essentially the energy available with the fluid or water stored in the dam, so that is that you are utilizing, that energy is made available to the turbines to rotate the runner. Ultimately that results in the conversion of the potential energy of the water stored in the dam to the kinetic energy of rotation or mechanical energy of the rotor. And ultimately, since the turbine rotor or runner is coupled to the generator, so we get electricity. So power transmission through water flow in penstocks. So that is hydroelectric power stations. Hydroelectric power station. So that is one very good example. What essentially we want to find is, what is the hydraulic power available at inlet to the pipeline and then outlet of the pipeline. You are carrying a liquid, carrying a fluid through a pipeline of length L. Okay, so it's a long pipeline. So it's a long pipeline. So you have to essentially consider the head loss due to friction. That is considered to be the major energy loss, major pressure head loss. See, this HF is equal to your equation, Darcy-Weisbach equation. HF is equal to 4FLV square by 2GD. This equation is important for us. Okay, and this 4FF is the Darcy's coefficient of friction, and 4 times F can be collectively written as friction factor. So if you replace that 4F by this F, suffix F, then you can write FFLV square divided by 2GD. And this is a constant diameter pipe we are considering, diameter D, and area of cross section A is pi by 4 D square, and discharge through the pipeline is area into average velocity. Discharge through any section of the pipe, this pipe will be area into average velocity of flow, that is A into V. And F is the Darcy's coefficient of friction. F suffix F is the friction factor. So you have a reservoir where the head of the water, see, that is the head of water, the center line of the pipe inlet, and to the water level in the dam or reservoir, water level in the reservoir and the center line of the pipe inlet. So that height level is indicating the net head available, the head available at the inlet. So that is that available head, the fluid is entering the pipeline. Actually, as we have discussed yesterday, when the fluid enters a pipeline from a reservoir, there will be entrance loss, obviously. For time being, since it's very long pipeline and all, so we ignore the minor losses. So whatever minor losses in between, so we ignore. So we consider only the major loss. Major loss means what? Loss of head due to friction. Okay, that is HF. That I told you, that is found out by using Darcy-Weisbach equation. Now, what is power available at inlet? See, inlet power available at, or rather you can call it input power. So you're considering power transmission through the pipe, you know. So when the flow is entering the pipeline, what is the power associated or available with the liquid flow? So rho Q GH, this is going to be the power available with the fluid entering the pipe at inlet. Okay, so at inlet, this is the power associated, because at inlet the head available is capital H, and the discharge through the pipeline when the flow commences, that is Q. So rho Q is the mass flux into G, that is the weight flow rate, multiplied by the head, that is H. So that is actually the power available at inlet, or we call it input power. Okay, so this much Newton meter per second or joule per second or watts. In terms of energy, what you can say, that much energy per second is available. Okay, so this is inlet or input power, equation number 1. And now output power, the output power. So what happens at the outlet when the after this flow is maintained through a long pipeline for a length of L? So that what happens at the outlet? So at outlet, what is the power associated with the water? So the hydraulic power, we are talking about water power, So this is all water power, or the fluid power, let us say. So at the outlet, the power available will be, and that can be called output power for us, because we are essentially considering power transmission through pipe. So output power, when the flow reaches the other end, what is the power available with this power rating of the fluid, or the energy available per second with water or with the fluid? So output power, and that is equal to that input power minus the losses. So input power available will be input power minus losses. Okay, input power minus hydraulic power losses. We'll consider only major losses. So we consider major loss. Major losses. See, major losses means loss due to friction, which in this case is HF. Okay, so this is the idea. So input power, that is rho Q G H. The power losses means rho, the same discharge, rho Q G, and then the loss is actually the major head loss is HF. So that HF, the head equivalent, HF, the head available at the outlet. So that will be H minus HF. So because this power loss, essentially, that means head available at outlet because of HF. Power loss is, this is because of HF. An important thing to notice, the head available at outlet, head available will be, inlet head is capital H and the loss is HF. Therefore, H minus HF is the head available at outlet. So please do remember this fact. Please understand this. So head available at outlet is H minus HF. So that's what exactly you are getting. See, the rho Q GH is the input power minus power losses is rho Q G into HF. So you take rho Q G common. So you'll get rho Q G into, what is this? H minus HF. This is the output power. So I'll write one thing, input power. So input power I'll represent by IP, let's say input power. Okay. It's not a standard notation, but still I'm using it. That's all. And output power I'll represent by, say, OP, like this, because I want to find out the efficiency. So the efficiency. So we'll define efficiency of hydraulic power transmission. It's a very simple topic, and I'm taking it very slowly so that you can understand the essence of it. Eta is the letter representing the efficiency. Eta, this is equal to the output power available with the fluid at outlet of the pipe, that is output power, divided by the power available at the inlet to the pipe, that is input power. And output power is what? Rho. This is output power is represented by, say, equation number 2. Input power is rho Q GH, that is equation number 1. So output power obviously less than input power, rho Q G into, we can take H, rho Q G common when you take it is rho Q G into H minus HF, that divided by 2 by 1. So that is rho Q G H. So whenever you have to write the efficiency of power transmission, then what you can write is, it is rho Q G be cancelled. It will be H minus HF divided by H. What is this actually? H is the head available at inlet to the pipe, and HF is the loss of head due to friction when the flow takes place through the pipeline for a length of L. Okay. So HF is the major head loss. We are ignoring the minor head losses in this case, whatever. So H minus HF by H, and even you can simplify it further. And if you distribute the denominator, it will become H by H minus HF by H. So in that case, you can write 1 minus HF by h. So you can write like this also. Okay, and if you want percentage, multiply this by 100. Then you'll get in percentage. Condition for maximum. Remember, maximum power transmission. Condition for that is our objective actually. So condition for maximum power transmission, and then we find out the maximum corresponding maximum efficiency also. So condition for maximum power transmission through pipes. We are considering pipe flow. The power is transmitted through pipe flow. Q is equal to area into velocity. Area into velocity, average velocity of flow through the pipeline. So say equation number small letter a. And the second one, your HF. HF is equal to, in terms of Darcy's coefficient of friction, so it is 4FL V square divided by 2G into T. So this is it. That is equation number B. Output power. We want to maximize it. We have to get the maximum value of output power. Output power, the expression is what? Expression is rho QG into H minus HF. Okay. So rho QG into, see, I want to substitute that equations A and B. So what I can get is rho into area into velocity into G, then into H minus HF. HF is 4FL V square divided by 2GD. And we want to maximize this expression. So what do we do? Keeping the rest as constants, we will take the derivative of this output power expression. See this output power with respect to the prime parameter here, which determines the output power. The value of output power is velocity. So take the derivative of output power with respect to velocity, and then we will equate that to 0. See, once you write the expression like this, output power in terms of velocity and this head loss due to friction expression, after introducing that into the expression, so let it be equation number 3. So we take the derivative of this output power given by equation number 3 with respect to the flow velocity V and equate it to 0. Okay. So what I'm going to do is d by dv of, it's very simple because apart from V, the rest of the quantities, the rest of the terms, parameters are constants. See, I've written as it is, the expression as it is without taking derivative. And we will take the derivative of this expression with respect to velocity and then equate it to 0 in order to get the condition for maximum power transmission through pipes in the case of pipe flow. We'll do one thing, we open the bracket and then take the derivative. So that is better for you. So we open the bracket now. See, please listen to me carefully. It's a very simple step, but even from exam point of view, it's usually it's a question of importance. So d by dv of, see, you open the bracket now, so it will be rho A G then H into, see, I group this actually, that's why I've written rho A G H into velocity. So why do I write like that? Because V is the variable. Okay, the rest are constants, and then minus, then rho A G, so multiply rho into V. So what your 4FL by 2GD, then velocity V square, now one velocity was outside, rho AVG. Okay, so rho AG I have written, but now that velocity V square will be multiplied by V, so it will become VQ. See, now as I told you, the rest of the quantities are constant apart from V. So I group it like this so that the differentiation will be easy for us. So d by dv of rho AGH into V. So what do you get? This rho AGH, that part is constant. So derivative of V with respect to V. So that is 1. Then minus. Then when you take the derivative of the other part, what is that? These are constants. Rho AG, then your 4FL by 2GD, that part all constant. Then into this derivative of V cube. What is the derivative of V cube? Derivative of V cube is equal to, what is that? So it will be 3V square. Okay, like this. 3V square. And this will be equal to 0. Now we will rearrange and then obtain the common, take it to the, take the second term to the right hand side, and then we simplify and all. So rho AGH So we'll complete this one and wind up the class. Please listen to me carefully. Rho AGH is equal to, on the other side, it will become rho AG, and then 4FL by 2GD, and I make a slight change. That is V square I will write over here, 4FL V square by 2GD, so that I'll get that renowned group representing HF. Then 1 3 is also there. That 3 I will write in front. Okay, so 3. So something like this on the right hand side. So now rho AG and rho AG will be cancelled. This will be cancelled. Then what remains is here H, left hand side H will capital H, the head available at inlet to the pipe as the flow enters the pipeline, that is H, that is equal to, on the right hand side, rho AG is cancelled. What remains is 3 into this one. What is that? 4FL V square divided by 2GD. H is equal to 3 times, this is actually HF. See, this is actually the condition for maximum. This is the condition, the all important condition for maximum power transmission through pipes. So 4, equation number, let it be 4. Condition for maximum power transmission through pipes, through pipe flow. The power is transmitted through fluids flowing in pipelines. So condition for maximum power transmission through pipes is equal to what we derive the condition. The head available at inlet, that will be 3 times the head loss due to friction. The HF is actually the head loss due to friction during the pipe flow over the length L. So HF is the head loss due to friction. So the head available at inlet, that should be 3 times the head loss due to friction during the flow. Then the maximum power can be transmitted through the pipe. Okay, so this is H is equal to this one. Or this can also be written as HF value, that must be head loss due to friction, must be equal to 1/3 of the head available at inlet to the pipe. So H by 3. So as the flow enters, so this also is important. HF is equal to H by 3. So HF, the head loss due to friction, that must be 1/3 of the head available at the inlet to the pipe or as the flow enters the pipeline. Okay, so HF is equal to H by 3 is the essential condition. And now corresponding efficiency, that also you have to calculate. The numerical value we will get now. Corresponding efficiency of power transmission, so that the output power is maximum. The efficiency for maximum power transmission. Okay, so this can be, actually this should be corresponding efficiency for maximum. This is maximum power transmission. That's a better word. Okay, so what will be this? See, what is the expression for power transmission? Eta transmission, they are written initially in terms of head. So in terms of head, we have found out that, see that small expression, this one, see this one, 1 minus HF by H. See this H minus HF by H. Okay, this one, H minus, so you can write over here, H minus, a very simple expression. So we have just 5 more minutes. So efficiency of power transmission, it is H minus HF divided by H, or 1 minus HF by capital H. So we can write like that also. And here, substitute the condition. Substitute the condition for substitute condition for what? Condition for maximum power transmission or output power maximum. So what do you get? What is that condition? Condition is capital H is equal to 3 times the head loss due to friction during the flow through the pipeline. So this one. So this we are going to substitute over here. So what you will get? So eta transmission will be. So what do we get? H is 3 times HF minus HF. Then capital H is again replaced in the denominator by 3 times HF equal to, what is that? 2 times HF by HF. 3 HF, sorry. So you will get 2 by 3. 2 by 3, if you find, that will be 0.666. It's recurring one. 67 after the third decimal place. The fourth place can be rounded off to 7. So it is, that is equal to, in percentage, if you multiply this by 100, it will become 66.67%. Efficiency of maximum power transmission through pipe flow. Okay, it's a very important derivation also. There may be some small numerical problems related to this that you can answer easily. But the derivation is very simple. Okay, so please practice this derivation also. It's very important for you. Okay, so with this I wind up. Any doubt? Any doubt or anything? So you can talk to me, please. We have still five minutes actually. So now only I noticed. Okay. Any doubt? I never use the word maximum efficiency. ഞാൻ മാക്സിമം എഫിഷ്യൻസി എന്നൊരു വേർഡ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തില്ല ഇവിടെ. ഞാനിവിടെ യൂസ് ചെയ്തത് എഫിഷ്യൻസി ഫോർ മാക്സിമം ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് പവർ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ഓർ മാക്സിമം പവർ ട്രാൻസ്മിഷൻ ത്രൂ ദ പൈപ്പ് എന്ന. സോ ഫോർ ഇൻ ഓർഡർ ടു ട്രാൻസ്മിറ്റ് മാക്സിമം പവർ ദെൻ ദ ഹെഡ് ലോസ് മസ്റ്റ് ബി, ഹെഡ് ലോസ് ഇത്ര ആയിരിക്കണം എന്ന് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റിപ്പുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. ജസ്റ്റ് കോമൺ സെൻസ് കൊണ്ട് ഓർക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കാം HF ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് ഈ എഫിഷ്യൻസി വീണ്ടും കൂട്ടില്ലേ എന്ന്. So we are not talking about maximum efficiency, but rather we talk about efficiency for maximum power transmission. That is the essential idea. But please keep in mind the maximum the power transmission. So that is obtained when the maximum power can be transmitted through the pipeline when this condition is achieved. That is head loss due to friction, head loss during the flow through the pipe. It is 1/3 of the available head at the inlet to the pipe or as the flow enters the pipeline. Okay, that's important. And the corresponding efficiency for maximum power transmission. So whenever you call it, so rather than calling maximum efficiency, you call it efficiency for optimum efficiency for maximum power transmission. See, that is the key word, maximum power transmission. That is 66.67. So please study this topic very well. It's very simple one. Okay then, thank you so much.